Welcome to Cultivating Courage, a podcast exploring fear, courage, and stepping into a life filled with purpose, connection, and love. You guys, we are back with Cassidy Smith this week. We're doing a mini coaching session with her, and we're exploring going all out for your dreams versus that really comfortable, just okay place. Stay tuned. This is a great episode. You guys, we're back with Cassidy.
Hi.
And Matt.
And me. Hi, I'm Matt. We got multiple cameras, and I don't know which one to look at now. I'm going to look at this one. Hi, I'm Matt. I'm a coach and the founder and CEO of Hearthstone Coaching and Consulting. We work with organizations and individuals to joyfully create the results that they long for.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I'm Kristen. You know me. Thrive Coaching Studio. Workshops, seminars, boot camps, because there's power in groups, you guys.
Yeah. Also, Kristen is a professional laugher. She gets paid to laugh. People just want to hear it, so it's like therapeutic. You can actually go to laughter sessions where you just hear her laugh, and it's like healing, and all of your like dark stuff just magically turns to light.
What if that was my job?
That would be awesome.
If you need help, if you want to outsource, I would gladly have that be a part of my second job.
Awesome.
Professional laughing.
Okay,
so
good.
You also are a professional laugher?
Absolutely. I am told that my laughter is joyful.
Like healing?
And healing.
Oh, yeah. You guys just got to create a little group.
Perfect.
And you could do like a
It's just
circle, and someone would just pay to sit in the middle of it and just be like healed with your laughter.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Or it's just a podcast and we just laugh for like 5 minutes every day.
You need someone funnier
It's a
than
daily-
me
it's like
to
a
help
daily
generate
podcast.
the laughter.
Where we just
We'll
laugh
get
for
some
5
comics.
minutes.
We'll get some comics. That actually pretty good. You could like put on headphones and just like listen to comics and then just record you laughing, right?
Yeah.
I would pay for that shit. You could do an app. It's like calm, but it's like laugh.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
All right.
Your
cool.
daily laugh. So
So on that note, speaking of new careers.
Yeah.
So this, for our listeners and our viewers, we are going to have kind of a new format for now, where we talk to our guests for a little bit about what's going on in their life. And then we also do a mini coaching session with them. And so you are tuned in to the mini coaching session with Cassidy. If you didn't listen to the previous episode where we get to know her, check it out.
yeah, check it out.
It's awesome.
You don't have to, but
you should.
Cassidy's pretty cool. She's got a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So with the mini coaching session, what is on your mind and what would have you walking away from this conversation feeling powerful and ready to go after something?
Yeah, something on my mind. I am very happy with all of the music that I'm making, and I'm always striving to make more in a professional context. And I'm happy with that, and I'm happy with the direction that's going. My career is growing and thriving, and I'm happy with that. But as we mentioned earlier, I do not have the... I have to fill in the gaps financially, as is the case for most professional musicians. You have to fill in the gaps, whether it's teaching or a second career. You have to. Most people need something to help pay the rent, and I have been in the restaurant industry for about 10 years, and I'm happy with what I've done, and I value a lot of things about the restaurant industry, but I do want to make a change because I don't want to be there forever. Things that I want to be different are a little more stability in the financial outcome. Whether it's it might just be something that makes me more comfortable, but I don't like my money depending on someone else's goodwill or guilt or company standards. I mean, some companies only let you tip 10%, like,
Right.
or I don't know. But what I make at the end of the night depends on other people. And that is not my favorite place to be. And it also requires me to be maybe nice to people that I don't want to be nice to. I'm really nice, but every once in a while, like, some people are mean and I don't want to have to be nice back.
Yeah.
Or think that my financial situation depends on how I behave towards this person. Because some people are pretty awful, or they say...
So I want a
things to you.
job
Yes.
where I could say F you to my customer and not have my tip be affected by
Exactly.
it. Don't we all? Yes.
Am I hoping for the impossible? I don't know.
No, it's got to be out there somewhere. Okay, cool. So what's on your mind is you're sounds like pretty satisfied with where your music career is and where it's going. Your kind of side job, we'll say, is not as satisfying right now. What do you want?
I want to use my talents and skills, other than, my talent as a musician is just a part of who I am. I really enjoy people, and I'm really good at helping people. I enjoy talking to them and figuring out what they want and how we can make things better. And I like making people feel good, like, whether it's making them laugh or making them feel nice, or I don't know. I like helping people change, usually just for the moment, but sometimes for good. I don't know. I'm also looking for flexibility, because I need to be able to take off for a week to go sing at a school, or we have a week of rehearsals with the orchestra, and I value the flexibility of being able to sing whenever I need to or want to. And those are two things that are important to me. And also I need it to be financially stable, relatively. I am only looking to fill in gaps, but they're pretty consistent gaps because once you get older, you have to pay rent a certain amount every month, and you health insurance a certain amount you need to come up with the same amount of money. And so I'm looking for a little bit of financial stability.
Consistency.
Consistency,
Yeah.
yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so there are a few things. Kristen's taking notes. She might have this better than I do.
So you're looking for independence, and by that I mean your income is not dependent on other people's perception of your performance.
Yeah.
Stability and consistency with the amount of money that's coming in. Something working with people, and something that provide you with the same level of flexibility that you have now to pursue your music and other interests.
Yes.
Do you already know what jobs that would fit those criteria?
I don't.
Oh.
I have a couple ideas. I know that teaching is something that technically checks all of those boxes. And I haven't taught private voice in a few years. I tried it a few years ago, and it wasn't my favorite thing in the world. And I think there is great responsibility in teaching young singers, but not only for their physical well-being, because the voice is incredibly fragile, and people's emotions are fragile, and the voice is so connected to people's perceptions of themselves and their emotions, and I think you have to be really careful, and so I think there's responsibility in that, and I also think that people who are putting themselves out there for private voice lessons deserve someone who is wholeheartedly in it, and I don't know if that's me. It wasn't a few years ago. I think think I'm open to trying again, but it's not something that's calling me right now. And
So not voice lessons.
so I don't
Is
think
that the
voice
bottom line?
lessons. It's probably not voice lessons.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
How's
That's
that?
what I'm hearing as well. That's what I'm present to as well.
Let's imagine that you walk away from our conversation with exactly what you need so that you can create this financially stable, enjoyable, fulfilling side job.
Mm-hmm.
What would that be that you need to actually go out and create that for yourself?
A little bit of courage.
Mm.
I'm not trying to play into the title. I'm not afraid of no, but I don't think that's what I would be facing. I don't think I'm facing rejection in a change in profession. I think but it's a lot of unknown and uncertainty, and that is kind of scary. And so I think I'm hoping for. I would like to be more courageous in that leap.
Mm-hmm. So making the change, there would be a lot of unknowns. That seems scary.
Yeah.
To be with that.
Yeah.
And so what is needed is the courage to take the leap.
Yeah.
Even with the unknowns.
I think so.
What seems unknown?
Well, first of all, the actual job is unknown.
Right.
That's a big one. I don't know what it is. And so I don't want to make a leap without having some sort of idea of the direction that I want to go. But also a way of life. I am used to working in restaurants. I know the schedule. I know what day-to-day challenges there are, and I know how to deal with those, and I know how to deal with the late nights, and I know how to deal with unruly customers, and I have a lot of experience in that realm. Whereas I wouldn't know, if I'm suddenly in a new career, there are all sorts of new challenges ahead. And while I think I would be able to handle them, I don't have the experience handling them, and I don't know what that would, what those challenges would look like.
Yeah. Do you have unknowns happening in your life in a different area?
Yeah, in singing, in my singing career, I have plenty of knowns, but there are also unknowns. I don't know if I'm going to continue to get new work. Every year I do, and so I'm fairly confident that it will continue to happen, that people will ask me to do things. But outside of my, tenured chorus union jobs, I have a lot of I hope this person continues to hire me, or I hope that my fellow singers continue to refer me for work, but I don't actually know if that's going to happen. And I just kind of trust that the work will continue to come, but I don't really know that. So that's kind of unknown.
It's cool.
Yeah. I just was wondering if, there was a way to take that and how you handle the unknown in that world and apply it to this situation.
Yeah.
Does the unknown in that world feel as scary as this unknown?
It doesn't. I think because I have experience in that unknown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, let me see if this fits. That the reason it feels scary is because it's not that bad right now.
Yeah.
In other words, you're used to being a server. It does offer some real benefits, right, in terms of flexibility and income, and you're used to it, right? And it's like, I know it's not all I want.
Yeah.
And there's other things I want or want to be doing, or I have some idea that it could be more satisfying or fulfilling or consistent, right? I have some idea of that. But what can be really scary is to take a leap into an unknown when what we're leaping from isn't that bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because what if it's worse? Maybe? Does that fit?
It does. I think it does fit, because I go day to day in the restaurant, and it's really not that bad. There are some bad days, but it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of benefits. And so I've been thinking about changing from restaurant work for a couple of years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a couple deadlines in my head that have just gone by because the day to day is fine.
Deadlines like about when you would make a change?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the last restaurant that I was at, they closed because the space was bought by a different company, and we had a year and a half heads up. We knew way in advance that this place was closing, and I thought that would be a really good time to make a change. I know that that's coming. This is plenty of time to figure out what I want to do next. I will not work at another restaurant after that. And suddenly a year and a half has gone by, and I've continued to make money, and it's really not that bad. There are like things that are frustrating, but it's coming to an end, and that's fine. And then, oh crap, it's October and I didn't make a change, and I can't not work. So I'm going to take this transfer that they've given me to a different restaurant within the same group. So now I'm facing some new challenges at this other restaurant. But they are, I mean, it's essentially the same thing. I'm day to day it just keeps going, and the money keeps coming in, and they keep letting me go for every thing that I need to go for. The moment that they say, no, we need you to work, you can't go to that rehearsal, is the moment I quit. And I've had that in my head for 5 years.
Yeah.
And they've always let me go for a rehearsal. So I've drawn a line in the sand and no one's ever crossed it. And I think I kind of wish someone would.
Right. Take the
but
decision
please
out
don't.
of your hands.
Yeah. It's like that relationship you're in that's not that good, and you keep hoping they'll break up with you.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to have to be the one to make the choice.
Yeah.
Because the relationship's pretty good.
Right.
You know, it's not bad, and
Right.
it would be nice if they would just say this isn't working out.
Right.
'Cause then
Right.
you wouldn't have to own that you made the choice
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And you never know, is the grass gonna be greener? Is it not? Is this as green as the grass gets? There's a lot in there.
Well, what's interesting to me, I'm like something. I don't know how to describe this, but I've got like a spidey sense that there's something else in the way, or something deeper in the way.
Okay.
Any sense of what that is? I'm afraid of the unknowns.
I don't. I kind of wish I did. I sense that too.
Yeah.
But maybe I need to do some more reflection on what that might be.
The thing that occurred to me, one of the reasons it occurs to me as curious, is that it seems like if wherever you went didn't turn out however you wanted, you'd have a really easy time coming back to being a server.
Yeah.
You've got tons of experience. There's lots of restaurants out there.
That's true.
Yeah. I'm sure you have many connections at this point.
Like the worst case scenario would be whatever doesn't seem as fulfilling or consistent or financially stable as you want. And then you go, well, dang. And you come back to being where you are.
Yeah.
Is there a worst case scenario that's beyond that?
Not that I can think of. Then all of my restaurant jobs have been essentially someone referred me. I haven't had to, or I was transferred from something, or and I stick with them for a long time because I become a valued member of the team, and I am given good shifts and benefit in that way. And so I haven't actually had to go out and seek a new job in quite some time.
Gotcha.
Like many, many years.
So some of it's the job search process.
Maybe. I think so. Which is funny because I do that all the time.
Right, because we were just talking in the
Yeah.
prior episode about auditions and how you're so used to know.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something around in this sphere,
Yeah.
putting yourself out there.
Maybe.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's putting myself out there or not wanting to give it too much weight, I think, also. If I give a lot of attention and time and energy to a job search that has nothing to do with music, that feels like I'm it could be that I'm afraid of giving up energy towards music. I don't know if I'm saying what I want to well. Because I would love to still just full force go for an entirely musical career.
Right.
And if I give time
Yes.
to a
Right.
different career search, there are only so many hours. That is
Yes.
time that I'm not spending on my career, my real career.
Yeah.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Just curious. I got a couple things that
Okay.
are curious. What would look different in your life right now if you were going all out for your dreams as a musician?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what would look different if I were going all out in my dreams as a musician?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean if I weren't spending any time?
I don't know.
No.
It's for you
That's
to
for
answer.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
So
for you
my
to
my
decide.
sense is from what our prior conversation was that
Mhm.
you're in a lot of action
Mm-hmm.
as a musician. There's auditioning occurring.
Yeah.
It's not like you're stopped there.
Right.
I'm curious if there's actually another level that Cassidy hasn't gotten to
Yeah.
in pursuit of what she really wants.
Yes.
And what
Yeah.
would that look like?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Because what would it look like? It would be full-time music making, full-time performing, and I don't know that that's attainable for me, based on my current career, where I'm at now, and the competition that's out there,
Mhm.
and the work that's out there,
Mm-hmm.
because it's still incredibly competitive. And I have, in the last few years, actually, the last couple of years, I took there's, in opera, there's a section, a period of time that you are a young artist. And you do young artist programs, and they're essentially like apprenticeships with opera companies around the country. And I did a couple of those, and then I kind of got stuck. I did 2 full audition seasons without getting anything in opera. But I was very successful in the chorus world right away. And I decided that I didn't want to go into debt over opera auditioning.
Yep.
And I'm worried that because I didn't do those series of auditions for a couple of years, and I skipped the end of that young artist time, have I missed the projection of a solo career?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
And while that is still something I would like, there are also a lot of things about it I don't think I would like, because the things we've talked about, stability.
Wait, let me pause you.
Okay.
So there are some reasons
Mm-hmm.
that maybe you're not going for it in a way that you like your dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some
Yeah.
of those are that things happened a certain
Mhm.
way
Yeah.
and things might happen in certain ways.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So there's some stuff that happened that you're like, maybe that took me out. So there's like a lack of maybe possibility. I'm not sure if this is still possible for me.
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure if it's possible.
And if I went for it, there's some risks that might be involved in that financially or maybe even emotionally. I don't know what the other risks might.
Definitely financially.
Yeah.
Emotionally, probably, because right now, it's something that I didn't fully go for, so I wasn't fully rejected.
Gotcha.
Maybe.
So you've gotten used to little no's.
Right.
But
Yeah.
there's maybe like a bigger no that
There's
you're afraid of.
there's
What
a
if I
bigger,
really
yeah.
went for this and got no everywhere? And so I haven't actually gone to the place where I could get that no on a solo career.
Well, where does that no happen? Where does who gives you that big no?
Yeah.
There's no one that says your time
This just
has
isn't going to work out.
right.
Right.
Just the time has come, because people get told.
Do you want somebody to tell you that?
Of course not.
Cassidy, it's not going to work out. I could just tell you.
Yeah, we could tell you.
Kristen could tell
Listen,
you.
it's not going to work out.
Go ahead and give up on your dream.
Right.
Here's
no.
this is the big no.
Well, it's interesting
happening
because
today.
Yeah.
Right here, right now.
have you ever had a crush who won't really say no?
Yeah.
It's a tough place to be.
It is.
Yeah.
It's tough because you're like, but I like them so much, but they don't seem to be quite responding the way I'd want. I don't know why I'm bringing everything back to relationships.
I know why.
Actually,
I
do
do.
know why.
I know why.
I know why.
Because that's where the scary
know
stuff
why.
is for me. But it's like you have a crush, and it would be kind of nice if they would just say,
Yes or no?
no,
Yeah.
this isn't going to work out. And then at least you can like cry it out.
Right.
And,
Move on.
grieve from your broken dream. And then create something else.
Yeah.
And you're in a place where you're essentially never going to get that.
You're
You'll
never
get a
gonna
bunch
get
of little
that.
no's, but there's no
Right.
like god of opera or solo singing
Yeah.
that's going to be like, Cassidy, stop trying.
Right. Because you can always kind of make it work.
Yeah. And you can always keep auditioning.
You can always
right?
keep auditioning, and you can always do smaller work
Yeah.
than maybe what your dreams are. Smaller, not in a sense of like validity, but just like on a smaller scale, smaller opera companies, or maybe you keep doing work as a volunteer, like singing for no
Right.
pay.
Right.
But you're like, you keep doing it.
So
and
how
there's
long
nothing
will you
wrong
eat
with that path,
ramen?
but
I don't want to eat ramen
right.
forever. Right?
I like good ramen
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I want
And
good ramen. Maybe with a few vegetables in it.
right.
Not just the noodles.
Not just the
Yeah.
noodles.
Okay, so you've got this place where essentially nothing's going to actually stop you but you.
Yeah.
And there might be a point where it's just like, you know what? She's not Shakira, but she's pretty great, and maybe I'll just date her. Right? Or something like that. Is my analogy. I don't know if my analogy is working anymore. But basically, you've got this place where you're never going to get a no, and you just have to choose when or if you'll ever quit.
Yeah. But what does quitting mean? Because, okay, so right now I'm not auditioning for a ton of solo opera stuff.
Yeah.
I don't do that a lot. I do almost entirely ensemble stuff. Does quitting a solo career mean only doing chorus work? Because that's not quitting music. And so I think I've struggled with that.
I think that's the question for you.
Yeah.
And just to reflect what we heard earlier, there's something different for you about doing solo work.
Yeah.
So this isn't to put a should into your space.
Yeah.
About where your career should go, or like no judgment. And it might be that you really powerfully choose, I'm going to do kind of the singing I'm doing now, I'm going to do choral work, and I'm going to have a side job that I really like, and awesome. It just occurs like there's some giving up in that.
That there's what?
Some
Giving up of the dream
Yeah.
in that choice. But I think to your point, there is, ultimately, it's making a choice from a powerful place and not seeing it as, I have to make a decision and there's a right and a wrong and a yes or a no, but really seeing it as is a choice and coming at it from a place of power and confidence and kind of your dreams, like coming at it from like a place of, if I was living my ultimate life, how would it look? And what are the choices that I could make to get me there and live in the power of the possibility? Maybe.
Yeah. And part of what I hear in there, what occurs to me is, what am I committed to? Whether it's in your side job or in your overall music career, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Who's going to maybe say yes, or how many no's, or anything along the way. One thing where we always have a choice is in our commitment. I'm committed to creating this kind of life for myself, or creating this kind of impact on other people. Like I have it that there's something in what your heart yearns to be creating musically that could make a difference for a lot of people, and will. So it's like getting in touch with just, what am I committed to for my life? And that's not just, that might mean like ramen with good vegetables and maybe a dash of pork or whatever. I don't know, I'm a vegetarian. But whatever that is for Cassidy to choose, and coming from your commitment could be access to the courage to actually take the action towards it. What are you getting from all this?
As far as commitment, I think I'm committed to chorus work for now, because I'm strong in that realm, and I enjoy it. I do. It's work, but I enjoy that work immensely. And I am committed to giving myself a comfortable life. I am in a responsible life. I am, I'm committed to paying my rent on time and to having health insurance that won't break the bank, but also, like having adult things. I also am committed to being a good citizen of the earth. And I want to be able to donate to charities, and I want to be able to buy good food that is sustainable, and that's more expensive. So a little off topic, but I think I'm committed to myself in that, I think is what I'm trying to say. And creating goodness for myself, which will then help me to give goodness to others.
Yeah. And consistent with that commitment, what action would you take on this week that's aligned with that?
This week? Well, this week is the closing of the Grand Park season. And so it's the close of that chapter for this year. It's also the close of my busiest time of year. And I frequently go through summers thinking, I'll just get through this week and I'll be okay. I'll just get through this week. I work days, I rehearse nights, I go home and go to bed. I rehearse days, and like it's a cycle that lasts all summer, and that's coming to a close this week. And so part of me wants to say, well, I'll just get through this week. But that's how entire summers go by without
year and a half at the same restaurant. What would be one little step you could take this week that actually might launch you on a different trajectory in that career?
I think I could return a few emails.
Oh. About career-related stuff?
Yeah. There are some, I have some projects that I'm working towards, and I think that I I know I want to carve out some time to return those emails and get some projects moving. And that won't take that long. And I just need to say that out loud.
Yeah.
Will take half an hour to return those emails and get some things moving.
Cool.
I can do that.
Yeah. You can.
Give me my phone. I'll write an email.
Okay, do it today. Yes.
We're about to close this episode right now, so you can just do it. Sit on the couch.
Right?
And
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
yeah.
Yeah. What was like one thing from our conversation that you think is most important for you to take away with you?
That my focus of trying to create a second job and income, the challenges with that really have nothing to do with that. They are reflections of challenges and insecurities and fears surrounding the career that I care about. And I'm projecting them all onto this side job that exists over here. And that if it actually today it's been very enlightening to realize that and know that that's where maybe I need to focus a little more energy, and this might sort itself out.
Cool.
It's really powerful.
Yeah.
And exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah. I'm excited for you.
Great. I'm really glad that you recorded this because
You
I'm
can go
going to
back and
listen to this.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, oh yeah.
I need to write that email.
Thank you for joining us.
Oh,
I
thank
want
you
to
so much
acknowledge
for
your
having me.
heart and brilliance and spirit and being a person of commitment
Thank you.
and like acting on that consistently. It's really inspiring.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. This was fantastic, and I love the conversations that you guys are having. So keep it up.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, viewers. That's another episode of Cultivating Courage. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks for listening. I'm Matt Maxwell. You can connect with me on LinkedIn or other social media, or learn about coaching with me at thisishearthstone.com. And please check out my book, How to Hold a Cockroach, now available through Amazon. You can connect with Kristen on Instagram at Robinson Kristen, that's Kristin, or find her upcoming workshops at thrivecoachingstudio.com. Please subscribe to us wherever you listen and leave a great review. Don't forget our practice this week, and we'd love to hear how it goes in the comments section wherever you listen, or leave us a note at cultivatingcouragepodcast.com.